Have you ever wondered where the beautiful game of football truly began? The answer lies in England. It's a story of chaos, order, triumph, tragedy, and global domination. Let's dive into the incredible history of English football, from its humble origins to the global powerhouse it is today. Before the 19th century, football was a wild, unruly affair. Imagine entire villages battling it out with hardly any rules. It was more of a chaotic brawl than the sport we love. But then, England's schools and clubs decided it was time to bring some order to the chaos. They started writing down rules, trying to standardize the game. This brings us to a pivotal year, 1863. In a London pub, history was made. The Football Association, or the FA, was founded. This was monumental. For the first time, a single official set of rules was established. This moment officially separated football from rugby, laying the groundwork for the sport that would conquer the world. It was the birth certificate of modern football. With rules came competition. In 1871, the FA Cup was created. It's the oldest football competition in the world, and it introduced us to the magic of the cup, the thrilling idea that any small team could, on their day, defeat a giant. It's a tradition that still gives us goosebumps. But football wasn't just about trophies. It was becoming a way of life. In 1885, England took another groundbreaking step by legalizing professionalism. This was a game changer. Suddenly, working-class men could earn a living by playing the sport they loved. Football's popularity exploded, especially in the industrial heartlands of the North and the Midlands. It gave communities a sense of pride and identity. 3 years later, in 1888, a man named William McGregor had another brilliant idea. He founded the Football League, the world's first-ever league competition. Instead of just knockout cups and friendly matches, teams now had a structured season of fixtures, home and away. This created consistency, rivalry, and a narrative that would captivate fans for generations. By the turn of the 20th century, football wasn't just a sport. It was the national sport. Stadiums were packed every weekend, with tens of thousands of fans creating an atmosphere that was electric. English football's influence began to spread across the globe. English players and coaches traveled the world, teaching the game and helping to establish football in other countries. However, there was a sense of English superiority. For a long time, England refused to join FIFA, the new world governing body. They believed their football was the best, and they didn't need to prove it against international teams. This isolationist attitude probably cost them a few early opportunities for global success. The sport's growth was paused by 2 world wars. But these global conflicts only deepened football's importance to the national psyche, offering a sense of community and escapism. Then came the moment that would define English football forever. 1966. England hosted the FIFA World Cup. The nation was gripped by football fever. Led by the legendary manager Sir Alf Ramsey, the team fought its way to the final at the iconic Wembley Stadium, where they faced their arch-rivals, West Germany. It was a dramatic final. After a tense 90 minutes, the score was 2-2. The game went into extra time. And then, Geoff Hurst stepped into history, scoring 2 more goals to complete the only hat-trick ever in a World Cup final. The final whistle blew. England had won 4-2. Captain Bobby Moore, wiping his hands on his shorts before shaking hands with the Queen, lifted the Jules Rimet Trophy. It remains England's finest hour, its only World Cup victory to date. Following that national triumph, the 1970s and 80s saw English clubs dominate the European scene. Teams like Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa conquered the continent, winning the prestigious European Cup year after year. English football became known for its signature style, fast, physical, and played with incredible passion, roared on by some of the most dedicated fans in the world. But this era was also marked by dark moments. The intense passion sometimes spilled over into violence. The Heysel Stadium disaster in 1985 was a horrific tragedy, where fan violence led to the deaths of 39 supporters. As a result, English clubs were banned from European competitions for 5 years. The beautiful game's reputation was severely tarnished. Just a few years later, an even greater tragedy struck at home. In 1989, at the Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, a fatal crush during an FA Cup semi-final resulted in the loss of 97 Liverpool fans' lives. It was a heartbreaking event that became a defining turning point. The subsequent Taylor Report called for massive changes to stadium safety, leading to the introduction of all-seater stadiums and fundamentally changing the culture of attending football matches in England. Out of this period of tragedy and transformation, modern English football was born. In 1992, the top clubs broke away from the Football League to form the Premier League. Fueled by a massive television rights deal with Sky TV, the new league was a commercial juggernaut. The money poured in, the stadiums were modernized, and the game was packaged and sold to a global audience like never before. The Premier League era has been defined by the rise of superclubs. We had the long, dominant reign of Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. We saw the breathtaking skill of Arsenal's Invincibles, who win an entire league season unbeaten. Then came the financial revolution at Chelsea, bankrolled by Roman Abramovich, and more recently, the incredible success of Manchester City and the glorious resurgence of Liverpool. The Premier League has become, without a doubt, the most watched and financially powerful football league in the world. But while the clubs prospered, the England national team's story has been one of pain and hope. For decades after 1966, it was a tale of near misses and heartbreak. Agonizing penalty shootout losses became a national trauma. Golden generations of talented players seemed to consistently underachieve on the biggest stage. But recently, things have started to change. Under the calm leadership of Gareth Southgate, a new era has dawned. The team reached the World Cup semi-final in 2018, the final of Euro 2020, and the final of Euro 2024. A new sense of unity, identity, and belief has been forged. The modern England team combines tactical intelligence with youthful flair and mental strength. The curse feels like it's finally being broken. A huge part of this revival is down to a revolution at the grassroots level. Initiatives like the Elite Player Performance Plan and world-class academies are now producing technically gifted players, a shift from the old focus on just physicality. England's youth teams have found incredible success, winning under-17 and under-20 World Cups, signaling a bright future for the senior team. You see, in England, football is so much more than just a game. It's woven into the very fabric of society. It's a source of community identity, a family tradition passed down through generations, and a social glue that binds people together. From the muddy Sunday league pitches on a cold morning to the cathedrals of football like Old Trafford, Anfield, and the Emirates, football shapes everyday life. Today, English football stands at the pinnacle of the global game. It leads the world in business, setting commercial and tactical trends. It consistently produces some of the most elite talent on the planet. The challenge now is to convert all that potential into major trophies and to balance the rich traditions of the past with the fast-paced innovation of the future. When you look back, it's an amazing story. England didn't just invent football. It gave the world a game and then spent the next century and a half chasing perfection. From village pitches to billion-pound stadiums, English football remains the vibrant, beating heart of the sport we all love. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through football history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.